Well, guys, it's been a really interesting NFL season, week 3. I feel like there's been a lot more upsets, a lot more crazy things going on than even in weeks 1 and 2, although weeks 1 and 2 also had their moments. But I want to go over some things with that. So if you like this kind of content, if you like me talking about football, smash that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let's do it. So, first and foremost, we got to talk about the Rams-Eagles game. Again, coming down to a field goal. The Rams were up 26-7. Jalen Hurts scores 20 unanswered. He had no pass game going, but in the second half it came alive. It's like the Eagles, despite the fact they were 2-0, they just felt so dead offensively going into that halftime, and they should be feeling really great. Well, they go up 27-26. The Rams go down the field. They set up for what appears to be an obvious field goal kick for the win, which this kicker has already made 4 field goals today. And what happened? The Eagles block the kick, and not only does Jordan Davis do that, he returns the kick for a touchdown. Eagles win 33-26. Not only did that give the Eagles the win, it actually covered the point spread. The Eagles were favored by 3.5. So there was millions of gamblers out there who just absolutely lost their freaking mind on one of the baddest beats you could think of. But in a football sense, more importantly for the Eagles here, to get this win, I mean, they've won the last 19 out of 20 games. Jalen Hurts, the last 19 games he started and finished, he has won. The Eagles just find a way to win. And honest to God, this 2025 Eagles team feels a lot like the 2024 Chiefs team. They're living on the edge, but they're finding ways to win. They're going to be a really high seed this year in the playoffs. And next week they play the Bucs. And guess what? It's another freaking 1 p.m. Eastern game. I don't know why this isn't on prime time. I have no freaking clue what the NFL's doing. Like, this should have been Sunday Night Football between Rams and Eagles. And if not that, how come Bucs and Eagles are not Sunday Night Football next week? What's going on? But anyway, interesting game there. But it didn't stop there. The Browns and Packers. The Packers, number 1 on many people's power rankings. Even I would put them at number 1 from what I've seen the first 2 weeks. They had a complete defensive slugfest with the Browns. And lo and behold, it was 10-10. The Packers line up for a field goal. It's blocked. The Browns return it a little bit. Then they get in field goal range themselves. And they walk it off 13-10. The Browns won the freaking game. And again, so many of these NFL games that are played with some of the most amazing stars in the world on offense and defense, so many of these games still come down to a single kick. And that's what I want to really talk about today. The margin for the NFL is so slim. It's not like college. You don't always see a team blowing out another team, like Seattle blew out the Saints today, or the Vikings just blew out the Bengals. You get them here and there. But the NFL's margins for victories are so slim, and it always feels like it comes down to a field goal in some of the close games. And we had no shortage of that today. The Chargers beat the Broncos on a last-second kick. The 49ers beat the Cardinals on a last-second kick. Shout out to Mac Jones for killing it out there. Able to win 2 games with Brock Purdy on the sideline, trying to rejuvenate his career. Shout out to Carson Wentz for his opportunity. When you're a backup and you get that opportunity and you just roll with it, you just roll with it. Jake Browning, on the other hand, I think the Bengals got to look a different direction, man. I think given who the Bengals have on offense, I don't know what you got to do to get the Falcons to give you Kirk Cousins or how you're going to make that work, but we need to see it. We need the Bengals to have competent quarterback play because it'd drive me nuts if you got to deal with Jake Browning until Joe Burrow gets back. You won't have a season left based on what I just seen. But anyway, That's neither here nor there. We saw the Jets and the Bucks. The Jets almost won a game when they blocked the Bucks field goal, returned for a touchdown to go up 27-26. But sure enough, the Bucks walked it off with a field goal anyway to win 29-27. So again, a day that was just full of upsets, full of near upsets, and full of field goals. It's what it comes down to. A lot. So get a good kicker. But of course, that's not everything, because you could have the best kicker in the world like the Cowboys, and if you're not competitive in games, you're going to end up 1-2. But anyway, guys, that's all I got for the rant today. Not really a rant, just more of an observation. Thank you all for watching. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. See y'all later.